All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, which in the Paleo Hebrew means He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. And that is who the world also ignorantly calls Jesus, a so called black man, who, by the way, only, emphasize on the word only, came for the Israelites, all right? You so called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And this is what brings us to our topic slash discussion for tonight is what you see on your screen, two Israelites, more than likely from the tribe of Judah, here at this facility, Planet Fitness to be precise, taking advantage of this free membership over the summer for teenagers ages 14 to 19, okay? And as the little title says, what are they practicing for, all right? And spoiler alert, they're practicing to run down on their ops, okay? And it became apparent and evident that I gave them the benefit of the doubt in the beginning. I said maybe they training for some type of military, they want to be in the army or something like that. Something other than offing their own people. But then I seen how this one on the left is carrying the gun and then how the other one is imitating, pulling it out from out of his waistband. And it dawned on me, no, they're not practicing to be in the military. All right, they're practicing to run down on their ops because why? They look up to these idols, and more than likely, they don't have a father figure in the household. Okay, and by idols, I'm talking about the people slash entertainers that this man Esau Edom has given our people to look up to, with rappers such as Little Durk, NBA YoungBoy, Chief Keef. The list goes on and on. And the flavor of the month right now is drill rap, okay? So we're going to let this little clip play. I'm going to turn down the volume so I don't get hit with a copyright or anything like that. And we're going to see what they training for or what they practicing for, all right? Because it's the degradation of our nation, man, all right? So let me turn the volume down and we're going to let it play. This is how they utilize working out and being given this, chance to work out for free. Let's let it play. Okay, so you clearly see what they practicing for, man. All right. This is the generation that's going to get destroyed, man. All right. Pursuing the prophecy, man. This is that generation, man. Because, man, you getting free membership for a few months and you worrying about not only are you not using the equipment in the appropriate way, but you worrying about practicing what you see on TV, man. All right. This is why this place has to be destroyed. All right. We seen proof in these two Jakes right here because this is supposed to be the so-called quote unquote future. All right. And if this is the future looks dim for our people, man. All right. Let's get that in. Let's get that in the Bible. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 18. It reads, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. And this is why Esau Edom constantly keeps us as far away as possible from keeping the law to the best of our ability. All right, because he wants us as a people, as a nation, to fail. All right, it's not his responsibility to see us thrive as a nation. Okay, the Lord Yahweh, through his only begotten son Yahweh, has set up prophets, his servants, in these last days to tell the people, all right, to warn the people, all right, that what? The end is near, okay? And unless you repent and get yourself right, you ain't gonna make it, all right? And here it is, you got two young Jakes out here worried about pulling out a fake weight, emulating or imitating a held hand firearm, running down on their ops as if they jumped out the car and now they racing and chasing this op, pop, 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 just like King Von, man. All right? This is your next new idols, all right, in training. Your next new King Vons, your next new Little Dirks, your next new NBA Young Boys, your next new little this, little that, all right? Practicing on a gym equipment at a gym that they were given to what? Come in and work out for free, all right? And who do you think got to pay for them to come in and work out for free? The members, the gym members that go there and pay every month, all right? So although in theory it seems good, hey, man, our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. What else can we say about it? Let's get that. Hosea 4:6. It reads, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. All right, see? This is why we'll pull out a firearm, or that fire as we call it, and we'll turn it and face our brother and run down on him, man. For wearing the wrong colors, for stepping on our shoes, for looking at us the wrong way. We'll run down on our own brothers and fire off on them. Okay? Why? Because we under the curses, man. Thou shalt have an evil eye towards thy brother. Okay? So you seeing Jake in training, man, living out the curses. We are living out the curses, man. But soon these curses are going to be lifted up off of us and put onto our enemies, pursuant to Deuteronomy 30:7. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. It says, in Yahweh, thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuteth thee. So these curses are getting ready to transfer from off of us onto these damn heathens, man. Okay? And it can't come soon enough because we are to see what the next generation is already preparing for, training for. All right? So back to Hosea 4:6, it reads, where we at? Hosea, come on, it's just there. 4 and verse 6. It reads, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Why? Because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. See, the knowledge is this truth, these law, statute, commandments, the Torah, the prophets, everything, the whole Bible. Our people don't want to accept that we the people of the Bible. It says an ox knoweth his owner and an ass his. Let's see if we can get that. Isaiah 1:3. It says the ox knoweth his owner and the ass his master's crib. But Israel, Yasharala, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, doth not know. My people did not consider. All right? We don't even consider that we could potentially be the people of this Bible. All right? But the elect does. The 2/3, they don't care, man. They worrying about how they gonna get the next best contract in the NBA, or how they gonna become a music producer or rapper or something like that. All right? They don't know that they the greatest people on the earth, man. All right? See, and these other nations, they ain't gonna tell you, man, because why? They making hand over fist, off of your ignorance, off of your lack of knowledge, man. That's why we reading in Hosea 4:6 that my people are destroyed for that lack of knowledge. Why? Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. This is why we're destroyed right now, man. All right, as a nation. Now, there's a small remnant out of that nation. There's a cluster out of that nation that the Lord has preserved from himself, which is known as the elect. All right? But as far as the rest, the 2/3 of our people, they gone, man. All right? We seen 2 young Jakes, man. Instead of utilizing the opportunity to work out for free, do something productive and constructive, they want to do something destructive instead of constructive. They want to pretend like they using the treadmill to run down on an op, using the weight as a what? As a weapon, okay? Some may say, man, you taking it too far, man. Am I? Okay. Until you see him on the news. And then it's, oh man, he should have been in school. He should have been doing this. No, man. What he should have been doing is, hey, listening to the servants, the prophets, man. All right? Because they know they know, trust me. At that age, they know they don't run across. See, and that's why YouTube is getting ready to put this age verification. All right? Starting this week on a lot of our videos, man. Age appropriate. So they this is where they want our youth at. They want our youth destroyed, man. All right? They want our youth because they don't want the youth coming across videos like this and others that tell them and give them a heads up. So they're going to use that AI age verification, device to filter out certain videos. All right? But back to Proverbs 29 and verse 18, it tells us that where there's no vision, the people perish. See? What's the vision? The vision is this truth, man. You see? Without this truth, you don't have that map, that GPS of a moral compass. This Bible, this Holy Bible gives us our morals, our laws, and everything else, man. This Bible is a book consistent of our culture, our heritage, prophecies, our laws, everything is within this Bible. This is the vision. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, that's the vision, happy is he. Why? Because, hey, keeping this law, having the vision, keeps you what? It keeps you grounded, and it keeps you what? It keeps you on point, man. Okay? See, we understand this man's system, his society, his kingdom is set up to be detrimental to our well-being. Okay? He's going to give us these so-called quote-unquote idols, these entertainers, these athletes, so we can try to obtain and reach this unreachable goal. And when we do reach it, only to find out that it ain't nothing but wickedness behind it. All right? That's why you jump up to verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, which we clearly see they're not rejoicing. So what does that mean? It means that what? But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. This is who is in rulership right now. That's why the world is so effed up, man. All right? Because the ones that's ruling is wicked. And in return, the people are mourning. All right? So this generation is just about through, man. All right, this is that generation indeed. All right, that's going to see Yahweh shall return, man, because you can only imagine if this place was allowed to go on for another generation or so, man, this place, Esau, Edom, will be running wild, man. As it says in Matthew 24 and 22, if I'm not mistaken, if the days weren't cut short for the elect's sake, there would be no flesh saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. So this man, his time is running out, man. Revelation 12 and 12. He knows he has but a short time. So he's coming down with great wrath, man. Here it is, Trump. The president has now deployed National Guard, and he's saying if thus needed, the military in Washington, D.C. You know? And they saying in a nutshell because, hey, they say because young girls are hitting old ladies, man, all them, they talking about Jake, man. Okay? They talking about Jake as what? The reason why they using the National Guard and, if necessary, military to put in Washington, D.C., because the D.C., the state capital, has been ran rugged, man. Has been ran ragged. Okay? So they getting ready to put down a lot of Jake up there, man. Okay? And they said if thus needed, they're going to start putting military and National Guards in other parts of the country. All right? So we're going to see these little damn YNs want to run up on these National Guards and these damn military, man. Because I can guarantee you, the military and the National Guard ain't going to be holding their firearms like that, okay? They've been trained better, man. So you little YNs, you don't have no clue how to hold a weapon properly, man. That's why, for the most part, you always hitting someone else other than your intended target, man. But see, you're gonna get some real schooling once these military and these National Guards pop up in your state, man, in your area, especially close to these suburbs and, you know, these metropolitan areas where these little YNs be hanging out around. All right, we gonna see if you hold that firearm the way you supposed to, or is you gonna you gonna find out the hard way what a real professional look like. All right, how they hold it. Okay, so when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear of rule, the people mourn, man. And hey, more mourning is on the way. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap it up with 1 Peter 5 and 8. And it reads, be sober, be vigilant. Okay? Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Hey, and once these National Guards and state troop, National Guards and military officers start showing up in your neck of the wood, along with, you know, the UN, the martial law, it's gonna be on, man. You think you're gonna hold a damn weapon like that? Come on, man. They gonna put your ass down with 2 headshots, pop out, double tap, and you gonna be through, man. You don't got no damn training, man. Meanwhile, Esau Edom training his little 6-year-old how to take the firearm out the holster, how to cock it, how to use 2 hands to aim, how to reload. Hey, man, he putting you to shame, man. Okay? He putting Jake to shame, man. Jake don't know a goddamn thing about nothing, man, except for what he see on TV and the internet. That's why, hey, little YNs, 2/3, man, y'all ain't gonna make it up out of here, man. All right? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right? So with that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.